F45 is the ultimate workout. You have the elite of the elite, our servicemen and women who can do the workout that most people can't.
David Beckham is suing Mark Wahlberg over a failed fitness brand endorsement. With millions at stake and a friendship on the line, what led to this high-profile legal battle? Let's find out. David Beckham, once an international football star, found himself in a financial pitch over a fitness brand endorsement that didn't pan out as expected. He's now suing actor Mark Wahlberg, claiming Wahlberg misled him into becoming the global ambassador for F45, a fitness company. The move to Los Angeles in August 2021 was supposed to be a new chapter for Beckham filled with promise and profit. Instead, he claims it left him 16.4 Australian US dollars poor. The core of Beckham's lawsuit targets not just Wahlberg, but also the Wahlberg Investment Group, MWIG, and F45's founders Adam Gilchrist and Rob Deutsch. He claims that they offered him stocks as part of the agreement, only to hold back these shares until after the company's stock prices had significantly dropped. Can you believe that? And just when you think things can't get any more complicated, they do. On the flip side, Wahlberg's legal team is striking back hard. They've labeled Beckham's accusations as completely groundless. They submitted a request to dismiss the case, criticizing the extensive 209-page, 610-paragraph complaint for being wordy and lacking in substance. The SAC tries to make up with length with what it lacks in merit, they stated. The conflict between Wahlberg and Beckham isn't new. It began when David Beckham moved to Los Angeles with his family, finding not only a new home, but also a constant swarm of paparazzi. Mark Wahlberg, already a resident of the area, didn't hold back his feelings about the sudden change. Speaking to the Daily Mail, as reported by Us Weekly, he expressed his frustrations, saying, "Man, the Beckhams. It used to be so quiet on my road. Suddenly, the quiet street was buzzing with photographers, all because of Beckham's arrival." Wahlberg elaborated on how their arrival has disrupted his peace, especially when taking his kids out with cameras always around. He even hinted at a tense atmosphere, saying from where he comes from, following people around could lead to trouble. Despite his initial complaints, Wahlberg clarified that there was no personal issue between him and Beckham. He shared with his son that he had joked about the inconvenience because Beckham's house was at the bottom of his hill, attracting crowds. He wanted to ensure Beckham knew it wasn't personal, noting that after meeting him and some of his sons, he found Beckham to be quite nice. Moving into the business side of things, Beckham became the global ambassador for F45, a fitness franchise, in August 2021. He was enthusiastic about his role, having been introduced to the franchise by none other than Mark Wahlberg. He said in a press release, "I've been a fan of the F45 franchise and training model since being introduced by my friend Mark Wahlberg." Their relationship seemed solid, even featuring a shared trip to Canada, which Beckham highlighted on Instagram. He posted a picture with Wahlberg celebrating the good times they had in Muskoka, sharing laughs and enjoying the company. Functional 45, or F45 as it's commonly known, began as a spark of innovation in Sydney. Dreamt up by bankers Rob Deutsch and Adam Gilchrist in 2011, this fitness concept shook up the traditional gym model with its 45-minute high-intensity group workouts. From a single gym in Sydney's Paddington area, it exploded to approximately 200 studios within just 2.5 years. By the time 8 years had passed, F45 was a global powerhouse with over 2,000 franchises across 63 countries. Mark Wahlberg, not just a Hollywood heavyweight, but also a savvy businessman, holds more than 30% of this thriving enterprise and serves as its chief brand officer. The company's growth trajectory was nothing short of cinematic until the world hit the pause button with the pandemic in 2020. As the virus spread, gym doors shuttered worldwide, and F45's revenue and stock prices dropped. The timing couldn't have been more challenging, as Deutsch decided to step down as CEO right before F45 was planning to make its Wall Street debut. On Instagram, he expressed his mixed emotions. "I've had the privilege of helping build the company into one of the fastest growing fitness franchises in the world. My time at F45 has been deeply rewarding and enjoyable," and added, "The F45 future is bright, and I look forward to watching from afar." F45 Training, the Australian fitness sensation, went public on the New York Stock Exchange with a splash, boasting a valuation of $2 billion. Excitement was high, and so were the stakes. Right around this pivotal moment, they had to shell out $5 million to soccer superstar David Beckham as part of his endorsement deal. The company's stock took a steep dive, plummeting 88% from its initial value. Why? A market update spilled the beans. Financing had vanished and drastic cuts were needed. Staff reductions and scaling back operations became the unfortunate reality. These celebrity deals, including Beckham's hefty payouts, were ambitious attempts to supercharge global expansion. However, they ended up straining the cash reserve significantly. In an attempt to rescue its ambitious expansion plans, F45 announced a whopping $250 million credit line to help open 1,000 new studios in 2022. However, it turned out that this financial lifeline wouldn't materialize at all. Following this, Gilchrist also stepped down, leaving more questions than answers about the future of F45. The company then had to make the tough decision to lay off 110 staff members, citing the harsh macroeconomic and business conditions. Deutsch, no longer in charge but clearly still invested, never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this. When I exited and sold out of F45, I left a healthy, phenomenal beast of a business. He expressed hope that the laid-off staff would find new opportunities. Despite the good vibes and smiles, in 2022, Beckham, along with golfing great Greg Norman, sued F45 Training. Represented by Authentic Brands Group ABG, a big name in brand development and entertainment, they argued that F45 hadn't coughed up the cash and shares they were owed for their promotional efforts. Beckham had a particularly lucrative deal, supposedly bringing in $1.5 million annually plus stock in the company. Yet here they were, claiming none of it had been paid. The legal documents hint at these details, though they weren't publicly released for anyone to see. ABG, swinging the legal hammer on behalf of Beckham and Norman, has kept quiet about the issue. Meanwhile, F45 Training expressed disappointment about the lawsuit. They suggested that ABG was trying to exploit Beckham's rights unfairly, especially since they had ended his endorsement deal prematurely. According to F45, they still value their relationship with Beckham, despite the lawsuit not reflecting the true nature of their partnership. Beckham is far from the only celebrity linked to F45 Training. The brand has also enlisted stars like Cindy Crawford and Magic Johnson to elevate its profile, not to mention Mark Wahlberg, who owns a substantial 36% stake in the company. Back in March 2022, Beckham invested in a sleek 3,500 square foot F45 studio in London with franchise veterans Hayden Elliott and Tristan Smith. But with the current legal shakeup, it's unclear if Beckham remains a part-time owner. This lawsuit comes at a time when F45 Training is under the microscope, with Kennedy Lewis Investment Management LP, or CLIM, eyeing the company for a potential private buyout. F45 went public in July 2021, setting its initial public offering at $16 per share. Initially, the shares did well, reaching as high as $17.28, but they have since dropped to just $3.48. David Beckham again filed a federal lawsuit in May 2023, alleging he didn't receive the $10 million promised during his contract negotiations, nor did he get back the stock shares that were part of his payment deal, as reported by Us Weekly. This lawsuit has definitely ruffled some feathers, causing a strain in this relationship with the company. Wahlberg's legal team didn't waste any time responding, dismissing Beckham's claims as fraudulent conduct and attempting to get the lawsuit thrown out. The company remains optimistic despite these setbacks. F45 executives believe in the resilience of their fitness empire, but with Beckham's lawsuit now in the mix, only time will tell how they'll fare. The high-profile endorsements and public attention that once propelled the fitness brand into the limelight have now become a part of its financial strain. As F45 navigates through these turbulent times, the outcome of David Beckham's lawsuit could set a significant precedent for celebrity endorsements and contract disputes in the business world. With mounting legal costs and strategic shifts focusing on survival rather than expansion, the future of F45 hangs in the balance. Will F45 manage to flex its muscles once again in the fitness industry, or has it taken on more than it can bench? Comment your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.